Okay, let's talk first about the garland. Now, I got this garland at a place here in Houston called Craft Tex Wholesale. It's a 9-foot garland and it's nice and full. I spent a long time looking at garlands. I don't like spending a lot of money on garland, but I wanted something full. And so I got this unlit for $35 and added my own lights. So it is worth it to spend a little bit more money because it's just so much prettier. I used this for Christmas and I just really hated to take it down. So I thought, how can I adapt this for Valentine's Day? So let's get started. Okay, here I am on a step stool and I'm showing you the garland on my mantle. One thing I can't stand about Instagram and Pinterest and even some blog posts is people don't tell you the mechanics behind things. So I've had to figure out stuff and what works for me. So I wanted to show you what I do. I put some heavy-duty 3M hooks on top of the mantle, flat, and then I hook my garland behind it. I use probably 5 or 6 of those really big 3M hooks on top on the flat surface and then just hook them in, and it is held nicely. So that's how my garland is staying up. I haven't had any problems with it. Okay, the first thing I did was I wanted to make the filler of the garland. I use a lot of deco mesh now just as kind of the background filler to kind of conceal my structures of things. So I have a lot of the 21-inch by 10-yard rolls left over from when I bought so much of it in Oklahoma and I wanted to start using it. So the first thing I did was I have some red and I have some pink, and I cut 15-inch strips. And what we're going to do is kind of, I think it's called like a ruffle technique, and we're just going to kind of unroll it as best you can. And then in the middle, just start kind of according, cinching up the middle, okay? And then it makes kind of like a bow, like that. And then I have my Pro Bow the hand with 2 large dowels next to each other. You can use whatever you want. Some people use those Bodabra, I think is what it's called, bow makers that you can get at the craft stores, and put 2 dowels close together, and then we're just going to slide in the ruffle to kind of keep it in place while I make the pink one. So, and it doesn't have to be perfect, just kind of in place. So then we unroll the pink, cinch it in the middle. So we have our little bow. I'm going to take the red one, and then I'm going to take this to the garland, and I'm going to secure it in different places on the garland. That's the first step. So I've taken the 2 ruffles, the pink and the red, and I've crisscrossed them to make kind of an X. And all I'm going to do is find a spot on the garland and twist it in the center where I'm holding it. I'm going to twist using the garland, twist right there. Okay, I have finished the deco mesh parts. Now I ran out of some pink deco mesh, so in places I used double red, and I rolled these up like normal and crisscrossed them rather than doing the ruffle. They're just rolls, so they make kind of loops. You can do doubles, you can do singles, whatever you like. So at this point, as I do as well, you're probably going to say, oh, this is not going to turn out right. The thing about designing is it builds on itself. So just when you think you're going to have to tear it all down and it's ugly and it's going to be hideous, keep going. Keep going. It starts to develop. So let's go on to the ribbon. Okay, the next thing we do is make some loose bows. And I did this for Christmas. I was just playing around. Sometimes I really just don't like to make intricate bows. I don't like the time it takes. So I came up with this. I also saw it on a television program, and it just kind of freed me to do my own thing with bows. So I cut a piece of ribbon about 2 yards long, okay? Then you take the ribbon in half, and this is probably about a 6/8" loop. It's kind of your personal preference. Hold it there to create the loop, okay? You have the rest of the ribbon. Here's your loop. Then you're going to take another piece, and you can make it the same. You can make it a little smaller, whatever you want. Cinch it and do it the other side. And so you have a very easy triple loop. Okay? Don't pull it out of your hand like I just did. So then you take the base and you just wrap some wire around the base really tight to keep it in place. And then you go and wire in your ribbon. Now, what gives this impact is you make a lot of these and you put them all together in different patterns and different different ways. You can make one loop, a 2 loop, 3 loop, however many loops you want. It just is quicker than doing some intricate bow. And sometimes I don't like the symmetry of designed bows. I kind of tend towards the more whimsical, loopy ribbon decorations. So let's make a bunch of these and go put them on the mantle. Okay, so I've started adding in the loops. So here's the side. As you can see, it's just layering loop after loop after loop in there to cover your garland. And I'm going to put some ornaments and some picks in there also. But I like doing it this way because I have control over where I put things versus if I use one big roll of ribbon and I don't cut it. I like to do this in segments. So just continue to add your loops of ribbon all the way across. Okay, so as you can see, all that there is to this so far is deco mesh loops and a bunch of ribbon, looped ribbon, just wired in one after the other. So that's all there is to it. Now I'm going to add some floral picks. This floral pick, which is super cute, and I'm going to show you now how to make this floral pick. It is super easy. Let's take a look. Okay, to make these floral picks, it's super duper simple. Okay, what you need is hot glue and a glue gun, scissors, red duct tape, the 6" floral, the floral picks with the little wire on it, but you're not going to need the wire. You can get those just about anywhere. And then these Hobby Lobby Valentine ornaments. They're $2.99, but they're 40% off, so that's a good deal. I normally just overlook these because I really don't know where I would put them, but all of a sudden this idea came to me, and so this is going to be super easy. So what you do, the first thing is we're going to cut this off. Okay, you're going to take one of these wooden floral picks, take off the wire, then take the pointy end and the tip of the bottom of your heart and gently kind of create a hole. And be careful, I have gone all the way through it. It's not very thick, so be gentle with it. So now you have a hole. Flip over the other end. We're going to take a little piece of red duct tape. You don't need much. We're going to come down about 3/4 of an inch, and you're just going to wrap that duct tape around, trying to keep it fairly smooth. This is really just, you know, not much of the stem is going to be showing. It's just to kind of camouflage any green at the base of the pick that you might see. Now that you have that covered, you're going to put some hot glue on the end and just put it in the hole that you created, and that's all there is to it. And then you have some cute little picks that you can put in floral arrangements, or in this case my fireplace mantle, my Valentine mantle. So I'm going to do a few more of these and we'll finish off the mantle. Okay, here is the finished mantle with all of the deco mesh, the ribbon loops, and the 2 different types of picks. I finished it off with just a very inexpensive heart wreath that I got from Hobby Lobby on the church frame, also from Hobby Lobby, and some red candles. So this is really just an easy project. It's maybe a little time consuming just because of all the ribbon you have to cut and the deco mesh, but certainly very easy but impactful. I think people will be wondering how you did it. So why don't you just go ahead and give this a try. Let me know how it goes. Oop, that was my dog. Hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Thanks for watching.